So I've interviewed a ton of different companies here in town, and Greg and I had a nice rapport, and he was friendly, and he said we're going to do it right, which I liked a lot, and they were open to any of our crazy ideas, which I kind of liked. They told us when that was too much, and they said, oh, that's pretty good. So I thought that was really, really opening and welcoming, actually.
I really like the fact that they could use two-dimensional and three-dimensional imaging. I'm not very good at seeing things on a two-dimensional plane, and I couldn't picture where walls were coming down and where things were going, and so the three-dimensional part was really great. I also really love using Buildertrend and having the portal available for busy people that are at work a lot. It was easy to keep up with who's going to be in the house today and what's going to be happening. So
they didn't rush us. They said, look, let's talk through this. I think we pestered Brian 9 times with some designs, and we got down to moving something an inch or two over, which I liked, and that was just the design phase. And then when they came in for the demo, and the boys came in and they're like, hey, they're just laughing and having a good time. They really liked what they were doing, and I really thought that I knew that we had chosen the right company to do the remodel.
And so, although they didn't rush us in the decisions, once it got going really smoothly. The timeline was felt really long while it was going on, but it was actually pretty short and
seamless.
Yep. Very few down days. It was not having a kitchen. Didn't know how we were going to survive. We fortunately started toward the end of summer, so we could cook outside and things like that. But that was certainly the part that was the most nerve-wracking for us. Yeah.
So I was most nervous about what we might find, what was the intangibles that you were going to see, and I was most nervous about the leak we had in the chimney and how is that going to work, and it turned out great. And even then, they were like, the uncertainty, they helped make us feel better about that uncertainty, and then at the end of the day, it was a 40-gallon thing of brick sealant, which was great. There's always going to be a problem. That's part of construction and part of renovating your house, and especially a kitchen which is 30 some odd years old. So you knew there was going to be something wrong, and something wrong happened, and they were really responsive. And the first email after the weekend it happened was from Andy, and he's like, let's talk, and we chatted about it, and they mitigated it, and they helped us, and they made us feel like, look, this isn't what we expect, and we're sorry it happened. And I'm like, well, thanks, I appreciate it, but how do we get around that? And they worked great, and at the end of the day, it wasn't that big a deal.
We had a couple other things too, like you said, opening walls, needing a new beam across the support beam. That was a little bit unexpected, but that moved pretty quickly. Our counter installation slowed down the process a little bit, but I think once we saw why it was slowed down, it was well worth it.
So we are excited mostly the fact that it actually makes the house functional. So when I met with Greg that first time, I just said, look, it doesn't work. We never go in the kitchen. We don't eat there. We eat out here, and it didn't work. And so now we've been through Thanksgiving, and we've been through Christmas, and the pandemic and shutdowns, and it works. And
it's where we always sit now. Yeah.